Hello everyone, welcome once again to week 5 lecture videos, and this is our last video today. In this video we will be talking about security market line and capital asset pricing model. You remember in chapter 7 we looked at the returns on selective investments. The least risk investment was US Treasury bill. Since the return on US Treasury bill is fixed, it is unaffected by what happens to the market. On the other hand, Treasury bills have a beta of 0. We also considered a much riskier investment, the market portfolio of common stock. This has an average market risk, beta of 1. Now, you understand that wise investors don't take risks just for fun. They are playing with real money. Therefore, they require a higher return from the market portfolio than from Treasury bill. And the difference between the return on the market and the interest rate is termed as the market risk premium. Okay. Now, if you look at this diagram, you can see that this is the return you generate from a Treasury bill, and the risk, which is basically beta. Okay. The risk of this Treasury bill return is 0. On the other hand, look at this market portfolio. Market portfolio has a return much higher than the rate of return generated by Treasury bill. However, that doesn't come free. That comes with a higher level of risk. Okay, so here is the market return, and this is the level of beta. Now, well, this is the Treasury bills return, and this is the risk, and this is the return of the market portfolio, and this is the risk. Now, an obvious question you may have, well, what about the risk and return of other securities, okay, which has a different level of risk? So what should be the return? An answer was provided by 3 economists named William Sharpe, John Linter, and Jack Trainer, and the answer is a capital asset pricing model. We will discuss it shortly. Now look at this line. If we draw this line, that basically indicates that if your portfolio comprises of a risky portfolio, the risky assets, then your return for different level of risk will be indicated by any point of this line. For example, if the riskiness is here, your return should be here. If your riskiness is here, your return should be here. Am I right? So what is actually indicating that your return is basically a function of market risk. Okay. And you can remember why we are only depending on market risk, because we previously argued that a well-diversified portfolio doesn't have a diversifiable risk or doesn't have firm-specific risk. And since a well-diversified portfolio doesn't have an unsystematic risk or the firm-specific risk, you cannot expect any compensation for that. Okay. Now, as I already said, that this line is called security market line, which indicates the different level of return you expect for different level of beta or different level of market risk. And this line is derived from this equation, risk-free rate, beta into market risk premium. Look at this part carefully. This is the market return, and this is risk-free rate. So difference between market return and risk-free rate is the market risk premium. Okay, and this is multiplied by beta. And this entire model is known as capital asset pricing model, which basically shows the relationship between the expected rate of return you want from a portfolio or from a security, which is a function of risk-free rate and market risk premium, right? So this is the risk-free rate plus beta into the market return minus risk-free rate. So you understand that how this return will differ among the portfolios, among the stocks. The risk-free rate will be the same. Market return will be the same. Once again, risk-free return will be the same. So the only factor that makes this return different is the beta of the stock. That means the sensitiveness of the stock or the portfolio towards the market. And you understand that higher the beta, that means higher the market risk, higher will be the the rate of return. So that's capital asset pricing model. And security market line that we previously discussed is a graphical representation of this capital asset pricing model. And in reality, you can see that the different stocks with different beta, with different expected rate of return. For example, if you look at Dow Chemical, it has the highest beta, which is 1.65. I'm sorry, Caterpillar has the highest beta, which is 1.66. Dow has 1.65, and you can see their expected return is pretty much higher compared to others. Okay. On the other hand, you see that Newmont has a zero beta and it has the lowest expected rate of return. So you can see that expected rate of return is a pretty much a linear function of the beta of the stocks. Okay. So what we have learned is security market line indicates the risk return relationship and which is derived from capital asset pricing model. So that's the end of our discussion for this week. Please let me know if you have any problem understanding any of the topic. Thank you very much.